Good morning, class. Myself, Mrs. Monica Parit. Welcome to Science class, Standard 7, Chapter number 4, Nutrition in Living Organism. In first video of this chapter, we have seen autotrophic nutrition. That is, the plants creating their own food with the help of sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water from the soil. It is called as autotrophic plants or autotrophic nutrition. Today we are going to learn symbiotic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition and insectivorous plant nutrition. But before we start that, as I promised you that I will show you one video for the nitrogen fixation that we will see first, and then we will move to these points. From here your atmospheric nitrogen fixation will start. That is with the help of thunder and the nitrogen and oxygen present in the air. I hope you enjoyed the video and your concept for the nitrogen fixation will be get clear. Now we are going to start with the topic symbiotic nutrition. The word symbiotic is nothing but two or more than plants live together to fulfill their needs of nutrition, protection and support with the help of each other. This type of nutrition is called as symbiotic nutrition. To fulfill the need of each other. Which can be the need of the plants? Nitrogen and protection and so the word symbiosis refer living together and fulfilling each other's need. For example, we will take as lichen. It also can be pronounced as a lichen. And in Marathi it is as referred as a dagad food. Okay. Now for example, if we take fungi, it will grow around the roots of some other plants. So what they are going to provide? The plant will provide nutrients to the fungi, and in return of it, fungi will supply the minerals and water to that plants. In this way, they will live together. For example, fungi and algae live together. Fungi will provide water and minerals as well as shelter to the algae, and in return of that, algae will provide a food to the fungi. and this is known as lichen, is an example of symbiosis between the algae and fungi. Here is a photo of lichen is given. Okay. Fungi will provide mineral and water, and in return plant will provide nutrients to it. And the symbiosis between algae and fungi is referred as lichen. Next, our topic is heterotrophic plants. See, the heterotrophic plants will not contain the chlorophyll, so they will not green in color. The plants which will contain the chlorophyll, they are green in color. So, how they will live? From where do they get the food? See the diagram shown over here. Have you seen the yellow wire-like leafless climber plant growing on the big tree? What's their name? There are two, mainly they will be Loranthus, and in very first chapter also we have seen Cuscuta. Okay, Cuscuta is Amravel, and the Loranthus will be referred as Badgul in the Marathi word. They are yellow in color because they do not contain the chlorophyll and do not perform the photosynthesis as well. This plant will grow on the body of other plant to obtain the food. Hence it is called as parasitic plant because they depend on the other plant for their food. For example, Loranthus and Cuscuta. Due to absence of chlorophyll, the Cuscuta is completely dependent on the host plant. So it will be referred as completely parasitic. Those who will be completely dependent on the other plant, it will be referred as completely parasitic. And you might have noticed the Loranthus grows on tea. There also contains this yellow flowers you can see. That greeny leaf are not of Loranthus. This yellow structure is of Loranthus. For this also I am going to show you one video which shows you the Loranthus. Just remember this, heterotrophic plants are the plants which cannot perform their own food. They are dependent on other plants. Other plants will be referred as host plant for them, from which they will get the nutrients. And these are the yellow wireless leafless climbers which will climb on the host plant. And Cuscuta is completely parasitic plant, whereas Loranthus is partially parasitic plant. Why it is so, that we will discuss.
Let's start with parasitic plants. The plants which obtain their food directly from other plants are known as parasitic plants, and those plants from which they obtain food are known as host. You might have seen Cuscuta, Amarbale, nearby you, which is an example of a parasitic plant. It coils around the stem and branches as a yellow tubular structure. You'll be surprised to know that it does not contain chlorophyll, so it takes ready-made food from the plant on which it is climbing. The plant on which it climbs is called a host.
Now here are few questions we have under the use your brain power. Which part of the Loranthus plants carry out the photosynthesis? So the answer for this is leaves of Loranthus plant will carry the photosynthesis. Hence I told you, it is not completely parasitic. They can perform the photosynthesis. That's why they are referred as partially parasitic. Second, from where do they obtain minerals and water? They will obtain the minerals and water from the host plant. For absorption of these nutrients, they have the specialized root, and which they will insert it into the xylem of the host plant. From where they can absorb the minerals and water. Third question we have is, Why is the Loranathus is partially parasitic? Because as I mentioned, they can perform the photosynthesis, but still they will take the shelter on the host tree and they will suck the waters and minerals from the host tree. Hence it is called as they are partially parasitic plants. That's it for today. Tomorrow we are going to see insectivorous plants, saprotrophic plants, and the roles of nutrition and effect and their deficiency on plants. Some highlights I will give you under this. Note down these answers which I told you under the use your front power. Note down in your textbook itself. Heterotrophic plants are those which does not contain the chlorophyll. And the plants which will grow on the body of other plant to obtain the food is called as parasitic. Example, Loranathus and Cuscuta. From that, Cuscuta is completely parasitic and Loranathus is partially parasitic. First answer is leaves. Second, on a host plant. Third is as they can perform photosynthesis but they still take the shelter on the host tree and water and minerals are absorbed from the host. They are partially parasitic.